I think there's a lot of backlash around AI right now, and I want to help you understand what's a real concern versus what's not a real concern. Let's talk about search, because we've been doing that for decades. You get on Google, you type up something, and up pops a useful link. When we're talking about indexing the web, we're talking about something that's very similar. It's like a book, right? You take text, books, and web pages, and you build a shortcut. Instead of reading everything, you jump straight into where the word appears. So for example, you flip open your book. In the index, it says that the word cat is on pages 13, 17, and 21. And tree is on pages 64 and 65, and that's it. That's indexing. And when Google built data centers to do this at planetary scale, most people were fine with it. It felt useful, it's understandable. Okay, so this is going to be a quick aside because this is where AI starts to seem mysterious, and it's really not. I want you to understand this. When we talk about an index, we're working in two dimensions. One dimension is the word, and the other is where it appears, like page numbers or document IDs or URLs. And that's a table. It's rows and columns, it's very flat. But meaning doesn't live in a flat space. So think about how you understand the word cat. It's not just letters. It has a size, it has behavior, it has sounds, a relationship to dogs, a relationship to furniture, relationship to humans, and each of those is a dimension. Those are different ways that you think about the concept of cat. A multi-dimensional system doesn't store a word in a list, it stores a word as a position defined by hundreds or thousands of those connections. Now here I've created a little visualization, which is a globe or a cluster, but that's not the data itself, it's a compression, a projection, and that's actually a great way to think about AI. A lot of information is compressed into a dense multi-dimensional space. Okay, I guess it sounds kind of far out. Computer is really working in many dimensions all at once. We just squash it down in a visualization like this so that we can point at it. AI didn't suddenly invent a new way of thinking. It just took the same idea as an index, stored the information so we can find it quickly, and it gave it more axes. So instead of asking, where does this word appear, it says, where does this idea live? This is the point where I think the conversation is going wrong. People argue about energy usage as if the goal is zero energy, but that's never really been the standard. The real question is, what do you get for the power we burn? Now, crypto mining burns massive energy to guess numbers. It secures a ledger, and that's basically the end of the story. AI burns energy to discover new proteins, optimize power grids, design materials, write software, analyze medical data. So the same buildings have the same power lines, but the output is wildly different. I'm hearing this a lot. That AI image that you generated burned a lot of energy. But here's the reality. Generating a single AI image uses about the same electricity as playing a modern video game for under a minute. I mean, think about that. I'm hearing a lot of this from the video gaming community as well. They're like very anti-AI, but they're playing games for 10 hours a day. And you're asking businesses not to use AI to do something that's possibly productive, that creates jobs, that creates products, that's good for the economy. I don't know how that makes sense. And the water usage per image, less than a couple of teaspoons. Now, don't get me wrong, none of this is free, but I don't believe it's the apocalypse that it's being framed as. We already accept far larger energy costs for entertainment alone. Everything digital has a footprint. The difference is whether it compounds into something useful. Now in Oklahoma, we've already built data centers. We built them for search. We built them for crypto. A bunch of investors come in and build these giant server farms. Honestly, providing very little value in my opinion. But that infrastructure is already here, and the power is already here, and the jobs are here. So the choice isn't data centers or no data centers. The choice is between low utility compute or high utility compute. Now I'm seeing this a lot from the Sand Springs community, and God love you guys. I'm from Sand Springs. I get it. People want to protect their water, the land, and the grid. But I don't think the fight's against the building. I think it's about wasting the opportunity. If we're going to run these machines anyway, for indexing, for Google search, for crypto, instead of using them for guessing like we do with the crypto mining, why don't we use those same data centers for AI and actually use them to think? Same buildings, the same power, but better outcomes. Any questions? Send them my way. I'm happy to talk about it.